Okay, now I want to show you another really good feature of LinkedIn, and that is skills endorsements. Now, what does that mean? Well, it's very similar to writing a recommendation for somebody in the fact that it's kind of like a testimonial to that person's professional character and knowledge. But what a endorsement is something that's it's even easier to do. So I'm on my pal Tim Murphy's page again, and we are looking at the skills and expertise. So he has actually listed these as different skills that you can then endorse them for. So he has two people. The number here is referring to the number of people that have endorsed him for that particular skill. So I am going to sit here and endorse a bunch of things here too. So I know Tim Murphy, and he knows me, and he knows that I can endorse him for these things. You'll see some profiles, good example, mine, that has a lot of skills endorsed by people. And you don't want to just start endorsing people left and right. I've built this up over a long time, and I've never asked for anyone to endorse me on any skills. So this has just organically been created by the people that I've been connected with. And that's really fantastic. So that means that a lot of people think that I'm really good with web design and graphic design and layout. So, if you're going to endorse somebody on their skill set, you want to make sure that you actually feel that way. You don't just want to just create padding for their profile. But if you do endorse somebody, it is something that they will take in, they will actually, really appreciate. So I know that Tim knows these four things because we've talked about them. I am not in healthcare, so I don't know all these different acronyms for things. So I'm not going to, post them, but maybe I do know that he knows healthcare, so I'm going to endorse him there. So what happens then is that he'll get a notification that I have endorsed him for these skills, and he could then message me back and say, hey, thanks, that's great. So why would you want to do this as a physician? Maybe you are in contact with a lot of students and residents, and as you get to know them, maybe you want to, endorse them and say, hey, I know that you know a lot about this too. I'm going to endorse you, so that people can see who has done the endorsing. So if you have a lot of endorsements like I had on my page, you can click on their names and see all the people that have endorsed that person. So again, it's like a credibility thing. The more reputation you have within your professional network, the more that you get endorsed, it actually builds a lot of credibility for you. So that's how you can actually endorse people. You can go down to their page here and then find it, or you can go to the triangle and endorse skills and expertise. So maybe Tim Murphy knows a lot about something that he doesn't even have listed. So I could then type in something. So Tim and I have talked a lot about open source technology, and I could type in open source, and hey, there it is. So I could then add this to his list and hit endorse, and I'll be able to hit him up for all of these. So it'll say my name is endorsed him for all these different things. Again, like I said, I don't know a lot of the medical acronyms, so I don't know what BLS is, and I can take that off the list. But I could add something else. I could add it back. So that's how you can actually endorse somebody. And if you have any questions at all, you can hover over what is this, and it'll talk about it. So I could either skip these, and then I could continue endorsing other people that I know. So my good pal David Brenner here, does he know Dreamweaver? I actually know he does know Dreamweaver. It's a program. So I can say, hey, you know this. Does he know typography? I know that he knows that. My good friend Jacob King, I know he knows about newspapers because he works for one. So I'm going to endorse him for that. So what that does then is allow people, when they come to their profile, they can see that I've endorsed him for these things, and people can take a look at my profile and see how many people have endorsed me for different things and how far my network extends. So my credibility is now I'm sharing with people that I'm endorsing because I do feel very strongly about them. So That is a good thing about for endorsements for physicians. Again, it's something that you want to take into consideration, maybe with medical students and residents, is a great opportunity. And also endorsing your colleagues and your constituents in your field is that you can endorse each other for things, and that kind of shows solidarity with inside the primary care, with inside of primary care, is that you're having a better network with each other, and if you truly feel that they should be endorsed for a certain skill or a certain knowledge set, you can rightly do so. So the last thing we're going to do here is we're going to close this box, and you go to the little X, and that's how you change it. So that is endorsements.